SWAC smoke on the mic, yeah, we bring the flame. Thursday nights, it's a vibe, y'all gon' know the name. C. Wells, Jamie G. Jerome, DJ 2. Facts and flavor mix, that's how the crew do. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion, sharp enough to make a ship sink. We got stats, we got smack all rolled in one. SWAC talk like the smoke from a loaded gun. Y'all tune in every week, it's a new vibe. Opinions clash like titans, watch the sparks collide. Here for the teams, for the sports, for the jokes you need. Cut through the noise, watch SWAC smoke's gonna lead. No fakes, no chill, bring the truth you seek. Every Thursday night, yeah, we running the streak. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion, sharp enough to make a ship sink. From the court to the field, we dissect the play. Breaking down the wins and losses of the day. A different crew, but the unity's tight. Facts mixed with the laughs, got you feeling alright.
Today's edition of SWAC Smoke, episode number 146, making our way on up to the big 200. Of course, we got Jerome in the house, aka the voice of reason, aka Rattlemania. Man, how are you doing today? What's going on with you?
Doing good, man. Good to be back. I missed you guys last week. I had a civic association meeting to attend doing my civic duty, but I'm happy to be back and talk some SWAC sports.
And them meetings be some, be an interesting thing. I know my parents, they had one a year or so ago, because they was doing a new neighborhood by where they live. You gotta kind of put down for your own stuff to keep these people from doing what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, we've held them off for a little while, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. But we won last week anyway, so.
Hey, shout out to the victory for y'all right now.
They're trying to build a 7-story apartment complex, like right in my back, on my back wall.
Oh yeah, you don't need that,
Yeah.
all the construction and different traffic, So hey, I feel you on that. But like I say, man, it's Thursday, so we're gonna put it down. We got a few things to talk about. I got a couple things I wanna discuss. We'll talk. We got spring football. FAMU new basketball coach. I love that move, man. I need to try to put in a request for interview, man. Charlie Ward, great Seminole. Only Heisman Trophy winner to play in the NBA. I love it, man. I love it.
I know you like that. I knew you would like that.
I was beaming, man. One of the great guys out there, man. Leader, hard worker. Not about all the foolishness, just about doing his job. So I guess we go ahead and leave with that, since I'm already over here acting like that's my coach. You know what I'm saying? So I love to see those guys, man, get those opportunities. So I love Coach Curry, man. I don't really like the way that situation went down, but you got to move on, and they put their faith behind Coach Ward. They gave him a 5-year deal. I think it was.
I think it's going to be 5 years, $900 and some thousand totaling out. But he got bonuses and things like that mixed in there. But it was kind of easy for FAMU to go with him by him living here in Tallahassee and coaching right across the tracks at Florida High. He's building a basketball training center down in South Tallahassee, like the South Side where FAMU is. So he having ties into the community, So it made a good choice. And his parents went to FAMU. Now, I would imagine he would have some good ties with high school players having just coming out of the high school ranks. So I'm sure he got some connection with some coaches and things like that. So
Yeah, I don't really like the way we got here. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the way we got to this, but sometimes through the foolishness, you get something good come out of it, and I guess it's a win-win for both coaches. Coach Crary got somebody that wanted to give him what he was looking for, and now Coach Ward is a college coach now. So I think it's a win-win for both programs. I think I was saying all last week. I don't think FAMU committing to basketball, but this move is definitely a commitment to basketball. You got something set up long term, like you said. He already familiar with the city. I mean, he know the area. He coached there. So I think that's gonna open up some doors, man. So I think it's a great move. Regardless, of my feelings on him as a man. I think that's a great move. So through it all, I think FAMU came out on the other side looking a whole lot better than they did last Thursday. So I think that, what a difference a week make.
yeah, last week it wasn't looking so good, but fortunately the AD came in and turned it around, did a quick fix, and I think it's created people are instantly looking forward to that next season, basketball season, FAMU versus Grambling. Hopefully that's on a Saturday. So, that might sell out a gym or at least get it half full, by being somewhat of a rivalry. Maybe I've created something. So
I think if I'm thinking correctly, typically that game will be on a Saturday. So you do have that opportunity to get a good crowd because we typically play FAMU on Mondays. So Grambling probably play them on Saturdays. We play Bethune on Saturdays. So that's a hell of a matchup. And if both coaches do what I think they're gonna do, that's gonna be a great basketball series. So I like the fact that SWAC basketball, is making a great commitment to coaches. When you look at some of the coaches in the league, the coaching ladder is getting better, man. The talent on the coaching ladder is getting better, and I know my boy Los J out there. He ain't really happy with Coach Johnny at TSU, but he still is one of the top coaches in the league. So I expect to see great things there. Shout out Big Soldier, what's going on, man? How you doing?
might be on mute, Jamie.
Yeah, I think he muted.
Yeah, but that's it. It's good to see basketball turning the corner because it's going to have a lot of teams that are going to be competitive next season, I think. And with the portal the way it is, I mean, everybody got a chance. It's almost like we're starting over fresh every season. So it just depends on how fast you can build a team and get it to jail. Crary did it really fast here at FAMU, I think. So it's possible to turn it around.
Yeah, it don't take but a couple guys to turn around in basketball. I think and especially with with the schedules our teams play, you can take that first month and a half and work out the kinks till you get to January, and by the time you hit January, you kind of hitting your stride. So I think I think you can really put together something solid. And now with this upcoming season, all 12 teams making the tournament, so you don't even have to worry about the pressure of making the tournament. It's all about performing once you get in there. So I like I said, I don't want to rush past football, but y'all know I love basketball. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm definitely looking forward to this. And I say it every year, man. Fam, you got a nice arena, man. It's time to fill that place up. So hopefully this be the start of that. That push for everybody to get better basketball attendance. But I'm not gonna put that cart before the horse. We kind of in the springtime, but it's football as well. So spring games. What were your thoughts on the Rattlers, Jerome?
FAMU spring game, it was good, man. I enjoyed myself. The atmosphere was good. Nice day. The weather was nice. They had a unconventional scrimmage where they kind of just uh simulated situations. So it was kind of unbalanced, but the announcer would be there and he would be explaining that the goal of this particular series was for the defense to get a 3-and-out. And if they got a 3-and-out, they would get a point for that. Or if the offense got a first down, that's how they had the point system set up. So it looked good. I didn't know any players. I didn't know none of them. we tried to make out who we thought they were. Oh, nah, I didn't. They
didn't have no program, Jerome?
No. They ain't have no program. They had numbers. Some of them had on jerseys. Some of them had names on the back of their jersey, but I don't know. But they look fast. I know the defense looked real fast, and the secondary looked better than what we had last year. I think FAMU got a pretty good set of receivers, and these DBs was right there with them, bro. They was right there. So it's looking good, but you're playing against yourself, so you can't take a big takeaway from it.
Right, yeah.
Can't from it. And then,
who's coming
what's
back,
that? What's that?
Who's coming back that you know of?
Oh, they got like 3 of the starting offensive linemen are coming back. A bunch of the receivers are coming back. Goldie Lawrence, Ace Cobb, I think.
I like Ace Cobb.
Quan Lee.
I like him.
Quan Lee,
Quan
Rutledge.
Lee back? Okay.
Yeah, Rutledge, Thad Franklin, Bo Somerset.
That's a big one now. Franklin, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke off some good runs. Somerset broke off. Franklin broke off some good runs. Somerset did as well. The quarterbacks, we had it was 4 of them out there, and a guy from Central Michigan, Tyler Jefferson, left-handed dude. Now I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean like he comparing him to him, but his style of play, to me, he looked like a kind of like a Jalen Hurts, or either what's your boy from Seattle? Bouncing around now. Wilson. Russell Wilson. Yeah, he looked like. I don't know. I just saw just that little bit of scrimmage. That's the type of quarterback he looks like to me. Like he can run. He got a little shake to him. Got a live arm. So I think he's going to work out all right, especially if we get the running game going. And the backup quarterbacks, they all look like they could run a little bit too. They just look slim to me. They was looking so skinny, but
yeah, a lot of the quarterbacks now is skinny though, Jerome. They look so big under the pad. But when they take the pads off, man, they just skinny. Yeah, they a lot of them dudes skinny, man.
Yeah, that's.
I think a lot of players, period. Now they got good size on them, but like when I was at the spring game, I looked at something. I was like, a lot of the guys all look the same size. We did have some bigger guys on there, but a lot of the guys, especially the skill guys, they all look like they about the same height and same weight. I know it's a difference, here and there. And I didn't necessarily have my right glasses on. I was wearing sunglasses, so I couldn't really make out everything like I wanted to. But a lot of guys, you can tell certain guys filling out. I guess that's a pause-worthy thing. But you can tell the guys that are putting in the work in the weight room, and that's always a good thing. But I'm good to hear some positive feedback from what was going on at FAMU. I know they looking to bounce back from last season. Did it look like guys got a kind of sense of urgency to what's going on?
Yeah, it looked like I say. I think the defense seemed to be on point, real focused to me. they came up, they made some big interceptions, you know, plays that normally might have been batted down or something like that. Dude dove in, intercepted, rolled over on his back. Now, granted, after he did that, he chunked the ball in the air by 30 yards. He got
I can't laugh too hard.
So we had a teaching moment on that, but he was a transfer in, you know. So we had a little teaching moment on that. Hopefully he'll not do that. Even on that play, he made the interception. I think the defensive line had jumped offside. So the interception got taken back. We got a 5-yard penalty. And then they tacked on the dead ball foul for the unsportsmanlike. So Cozy almost lost his mind. He ran all the way out there into the 50-yard line. He was out in the middle of the field. But hopefully, you know, the dude learn, you know, that's what I guess the spring game is for. But
it's all about learning.
Yeah, FAMU, we can't have that. That's kind of what our problems was last year, you know, being undisciplined and giving up too many unhidden yardage and easy yards like that. So I think that's a focus point this year. But I say they look focused and look urgent. It was a sense of urgency out there.
Have you heard anything about Cozy calling plays on defense? I thought they had a new DC.
Cozy is, I think, going to call the plays on defense. I think he said that at the 220 Club. I think he will be calling. They do have the new defensive coordinator, but I think the two of them, he said they're going to kind of collaborate on that. You know, Cozy also said he didn't want the announcer announcing names out over the intercom and stuff because we know a lot of people was looking. So I think it might have been.
He must have heard you on it.
SWAC smoke. They might have been watching SWAC smoke. I'm telling you, because they adopted some of my, you know, might not have been as hardline as my philosophies were, but they adopted a little bit of that. You know, he said he mixed up jersey numbers and stuff. So 17 might not be 17.
Hey, so, I think a lot of people saw that because I saw Valley didn't even have no numbers on their uniforms in practice. So
they listening. They listening, bro.
You know, I think a lot of coaches kind of picked up what's going on with that. I think that's a good move, man. You know, let's keep the secret, you know, till you can't keep it no more.
Right.
I slide over the Southern spring game, man. It was good. You know, like I say again, we didn't have you had to kind of know who the guys were to kind of know what's going on. I mean, you know, Kelby Gibbons. You know, he had a good scrimmage. I mean, obviously, you know, the guy is who he is. You know, I don't really judge our tackles for not really being able to block him. A lot of tackles in the conference can't block him. So he had a good scrimmage. I thought the quarterbacks, we played 2 QBs. I thought they both looked good. Jamari Jones, man, I think his legs are gonna keep him in the race for the quarterback spot. I don't think Woods got it locked up like a lot of people think he got it locked up. I think he's a front runner, which he deserved because he's the only guy returning with experience. But Jamari Jones, you know, for what you can tell in a scrimmage, I thought he used his legs really well. You know, he got good size quarterback. He run pretty well. It looked like he got a little bit better with his accuracy. Running backs, we only had 3, and they all were young. So you know that's probably the biggest question mark on this team for me. They all got talent, but they all young. We had, I think, 2 freshmen and a sophomore, or 2 sophomores and a freshman, something like that. I think the Asbury kid from Southern Lab, I think he's gonna really be a factor at this spot. He got good size already.
Is he there yet? Is he there?
Oh yeah, he early enrolled, so he was one of the backs that played in the spring game. He looked pretty good, man. He got good size for a freshman running back, you know.
Freshman. Yeah.
And so I think he's gonna be a factor. And Coach Graves said, you know, he don't mind playing freshmen at that position. So, you know, I think he's gonna be a factor. The other 2 backs, they look solid, but they didn't really run the ball a lot in the scrimmage. They mainly threw the ball. And things, you know, it was a good scrimmage. You know, weather was nice. It wasn't as hot as it normally is. And so I came out of it feeling okay. I think we finished 4th place, you know, after what I saw. So I'm happy. I'm happy with I'm happy with the results.
Right.
I
Yeah.
kind of hate my boy Kendrick Rhymes gone, man.
Yeah. This was. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I seen him today. Put his video and stuff out on Twitter, man. I was like, man, that's a big blow for Southern.
I mean, it was a home run hitter, man, and with the offense being the way it is right now, I mean, he definitely wasn't gonna be the feature back. And that's when it comes to overtime, man. The dude was a touchdown machine in overtime. I think he had like 3 or 4 25-yard touchdowns in overtime. You know what I mean? The dude just can get loose. And I think if you put him with a guy, with another guy with some size that can be more of a power type of back, that's a good 1-2 punch. But I mean, he put in his time at Southern, and he did everything that he needed to do. He went through senior day too, so it don't really hurts in the production aspect, but I understand it because I already had prepared for the loss because he went through senior day. But he came back, and the coaches I know was high on him coming back, and then he decided to play his final year elsewhere, which I can't knock a kid for that. He did everything you could ask for Southern, so I can't ask nothing else from him, other than selfishly wanting to see him, getting there.
Yeah. I'm curious to see who all jump in the portal now. I got a different perspective on the portal because I know, fam, they said they had 90-something players on in the spring. So you got to make room for the players that you got coming in out of high school and whoever else you signed out of the portal. So I imagine now you release people, you cut people from the team. So everybody that's jumping in the portal ain't necessarily jumping in on their own free will and accord.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you said a bar right there.
He did. Yeah, he's spitting right there. And they got that 105 cap now, so you can't, you can't go past 105. So I think a lot of people are gonna make some things happen. I mean, as long as if we do like we did last year, hey, I'll take it, man. We don't got a lot of talent, so I'm not really, we not like a lot of y'all. We just kind of, take it game by game and day by day. So if we make it a championship again, I'm happy, man. We just little old Southern. I'm not worried about.
That worked last year. That ain't gonna work this year, bro. That worked last year. Y'all snuck in under the radar. We see y'all. We looking at you.
Hey, look west, man. Look further west of us. We flying under the radar, man. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. Don't pay us no mind, man.
As a matter of fact, I got a nice little DB coming in too. I saw the Twitter. Nice man. We coming in.
Don't worry about us, man. We just trying to add guys here and there, man. We just want to be competitive. So hopefully, hopefully we could be competitive. And like I said, man, I'm looking at a 4th place finish. So I told the coaches, hey, y'all finished 4th. I'm happy, man. Anything else is gravy. And they understand.
You'll be the only one in the stadium happy.
That's the standard now. 4th place.
No, they ain't the standard. It's just that's just where I started. You know what I'm saying? Anything better than that, of course, is great. But I started low and then I finished high. So
Yeah.
Don't worry. Just don't pay no attention to us. Let us fly under the radar.
Nah, y'all can't do that no more. Y'all did that last year. So we got our eyes on you. Last year I was talking about that damn parade that I didn't get a chance to see. So this year I got to keep my eyes on you, bro. We watching everybody. We like Singletary. You remember when he did it right here?
Our eyes all around, man.
We watching everybody.
I suggest y'all pay more attention to what's going on out west in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about us.
Speaking of that man in Texas, he done made him some rules, didn't he?
Oh, I was just about to go over that, man. Y'all want me to read them?
Yeah. What do you root?
First and foremost, man, shout out to Coach Jackson, man. He is putting it down, man. He getting all the attention he wants.
With reporters and media and all kind of stuff.
Exactly. He's standing on business now. He's standing on business. And shout out to my boy Lionel, man. He got y'all up in arms too, man. I don't know why y'all let that man get to y'all, man. Last year y'all let that man get to y'all with them SWAC championship shirts, which I was gonna make my own after we beat them, but I'm trying to chop it up with my. I think we're gonna chop it up next week, so I'm gonna be good until me and him talk. But I don't know why y'all let that man get y'all up in arms, man. He say Purdy going undefeated, everybody all up in arms, man.
It's a possibility, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they brought some good dudes over there.
They putting together talent, man. But like I said, a lot of people let that man get them up in arms, and I love it, man. I be laughing at it because all he do is make one little statement, and everybody go crazy. But back to Coach Jackson, man. These are his it's called Panther Porter Understandings, and I'm gonna read them. It's 5 of them. I'm gonna read them step by step. Number 1. When I follow you, there's a 4-hour window to follow back. Are we done? That one really got people up. The dude, what's it? I can't think of the guy from Jackson, the reporter. That's what got him. That's what got him up. That's what got him in his feelings right there. That number 1 got him in his feelings for real. Yeah. But he's saying, man, this ticket it don't last long. It ain't
right.
You either work fast or you don't make it. So I mean, and these not high school guys, these portal guys. So it's different than talking to a high school kid. These guys should be about their business. So he's saying, you got a slim opportunity because I'm moving on to the next person. So I don't really get upset about these because these are college dudes. These are high school kids. I'd be like, well, this is hard, but these are portal dudes. It's 10,000 dudes in the portal. You ain't got no business messing around, man. So if coaches get after you, you need to be ready. But that's number 1. Number 2, senior, and this one is obviously this one really got people upset because the way he spelled highlight. I was like, man, y'all just find it. But he said, send your number, transcript, and highlight in the first message. And then he tweeted, highlight this spelling where I intended to spell it. Thanks for the concern. Y'all not gonna get that man off his square. I'm sorry. Y'all need to understand Coach Jackson is not gonna get off his square no matter what y'all say to him. He's gonna stand on business extra. So, that's number 2, which is self-explanatory. Like I said, I know most people really got on it because of the way he spelled highlight, but he said that's what he wanted to do. So we're gonna leave it at that. Number 3, make sure you address my staff as coach and not bro or first or last name. And I'm with that one for real. You ain't got no business calling no coach bro. I'm sorry. If you on the team and y'all chopping it up somewhere, hey, whatever. But when you trying to get on this team, man, you need to show a little bit of professionalism. So, I like that one. You know what I mean? Show some respect. Address them as coach first. And maybe you get to that point. I don't have no problem with that one. Number 4, don't ask me for NIL, which we do have, when PFF has you as taking less than 200 snaps on the year. You should have gotten your bag from them. Now it's time to play.
Coach ain't playing.
Hey, he's saying you ain't got no numbers. You barely got any reps. Don't ask for no money, man. Your play should earn you money. I always say, man, you don't have no room to stand on when you don't got no game film. Now he not saying. Now keep in mind. Oh, go ahead, Jerome.
No, when he came on, he said he was building men. So he treated them like men before they even get in the door. You understand? Right. He's setting the tone ahead of time.
Yep.
Now I want y'all to pay close attention to what he said though, because if you coming to him with the numbers, he's saying you can ask for some money. If you started somewhere, you played a lot, and you put in the work, he ain't got no problem with you asking for money. It's just the cats who ain't produced yet. You ain't, and I mean,
right.
Right. We see We see what happened at Tennessee. You know what I'm saying, man? You a starting quarterback, but you ain't really that guy like that. You know, you ain't for much. You know, you hit the bricks. So
Yep.
I salute a guy for asking for. You know, I salute a kid for trying to get his bag because everybody trying to get bags. But as a coach, you got to stand on business too. So you know, he just letting you know at the gate. So number 4 is fine. Number 5, pray. Talk to your family, girlfriend, dog, and any other people before we offer you. Not after you take 80 visits. I'm going to want to know ASAP. So he's saying, man, you know, we throw you an offer.
Don't
It's
shop
submit
me
now or
around.
not. Yeah,
Yeah,
you need
don't.
to shop around before you get the offer. Because
Yeah.
he kind of playing that Dabo thing, because I know Dabo used to be like that. Dabo thing was when you commit to Clemson, you was committed. You couldn't visit nowhere else. You know, once you committed, that was it. You know, he was adamant about that. I think he kind of slid back on that now because of the way things is with the portal and everything. You know, he's saying, you know, when you get that PV offer, it's like Mission Impossible. You know, this offer will self destruct. You know, so.
It might not be here in the morning when you wake up.
Yeah, you know, you better act fast, you know. So, I mean, you know, people got the right to feel how they feel about it. It ain't as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. And I know a lot of people having fun with it, and he was too. But I mean, you know, a lot of coaches feel that way. They just ain't putting it out there. You know, I think that's the one thing you got to look at. He put it out there. Now, other coaches might not feel that way, and that's their thing. But he trying to build something out there. Now, whether it works, you know, we're gonna have to find out on August 30th when they step on field against TSU. You know, but this is the first year, so it's gonna take time to get where he's trying to go. But he letting people know where he's staying, and I respect that.
Yeah, the most important thing is having somebody that wants to be there and doing it the way he's doing it. It's showing that if you fall into those guidelines and come in and, you know, it's saying that you want to be there and want to be a part of it. And you're not wishy-washy and going back and forth. So that's what it takes to build it, you know?
And I'm gonna keep it 100. You ain't gonna never hear me say a bad word about Coach Jackson since he's been on this show. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what y'all looking for, y'all ain't gonna get it from me. Now, if they have a bad game and coach bad, hey, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, but I ain't gonna criticize him on nothing like that because I think he's just doing his thing. You know?
That's the same person we talked to earlier this year. Sound exactly dead to character, like he was preaching when he came on the show.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he been what he is now. Like I said, you know, it can, you know, and I know he been around long enough. He understand that you're letting people know where you at. You're letting people know what you do, but you also put a target on you. So, you know, he say he can handle it. You know, he say he want dogs. He say he a dog. So, you know, I know you understand that, you know, a lot of people are gonna look at a lot of this stuff, but you can't back away from it if that's how you feel. And so that, you know, I think more coaches need to be upfront like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you feel. Like we used to joke about Mano, but Mano was another coach at time, you know, before Prime and then a little bit after, you know, after Prime left and he got that mind control, he went back to talking again. You know, but he was a coach that would say, you know what I'm saying, what he felt about certain things. And, you know, I like coaches like that, man. You know, it's a time and place for coach speak, but it's also a time and place to say what you mean.
Right.
So I ain't got no problem with none of it, man. It don't affect my team. So and some of the dudes might take 5 hours to respond. Might be a dude that can help my team. So hey, I don't care.
Yeah, well, coach said he was coming in and he was changing the whole mindset of the whole program, and it seems like that's what he's doing. He got the whole fan base is lit. They putting out content all over social media.
What fan base? They don't have but 10 people.
Yeah, well, they all 10 of them excited.
Technically, they got one, and everybody else trying to come behind that one. But you know,
we gonna see. I ain't talking no noise. Fam, you won't play them this year unless we make it into the championship and they make it to the championship because they dropped off our schedule for 2 years, I think. So we don't have to see them. But you got to go see MC Wells.
Oh yeah, well they got to come see us. So we good. They got to come here. You know, we don't get to play them at our second home.
Hey, don't y'all be fighting either.
Oh, we ain't got no reason to fight no more. All them connections is gone. all them connections is gone. This is just back to football. You know, we ain't really got no rivalry with them dudes, man. So, you know, now that all that dueling stuff over with, it's back to being what it was. You know, let's just play football. So, and I'm gonna just say this: everybody know to behave when they come to Baton Rouge. So I don't worry about it. Don't nobody cause no problem when they come here. I ain't saying don't nobody win when they come here, but don't nobody cause no problems when they come here. So they understand. It's all good.
That's because y'all be done fed the fans and have us full and drunk off of hurricanes from at the tailgate.
Hey, you got to treat everybody nice, man. You know, get them in there, get them comfortable.
Nah. But I got all my days off, boy. My trip's falling together. I got my days off, everything lining up. Just got to find some money from somewhere. Then I'll be able to show up. But
that's everybody missing piece right now. I got everything I want lined up, but can I pay for it? That's the difference.
Hey, you gotta believe it first. You know, we'll come across the money to pay for it. You gotta make yourself do it first. But yeah, so I had fun this weekend. They had the concert after the game. We had the STEM people on campus, high schoolers, softball, baseball was going on. It was lit. Parking lot was full. They said it was 4,000 people there, but I don't know. It didn't look like 4,000 to me. I ain't no real good count, but they charged $20 to get into the spring game.
Oh, y'all had to pay?
Yeah.
A donation or something, or they just straight admission fee?
Donate, go to that ticket box.
Jesus.
Go to that ticket box and pay $20, and we're gonna give you this poster. So the game was free, Christ. But we had to buy the poster.
You had to buy a $20 poster to get it. Oh man. Oh.
Hey, whatever we can do to support, you know what I'm saying? The 100 was out there. The 100 was selling shirts, so they trying to get their bank up. You know what I mean?
They're trying to get everybody money, boy. That remind me of back in the day when people used to sell tickets on eBay, but you couldn't sell a ticket, so you would sell like a program with the tickets in there.
Yeah,
like a $800 program with 2 tickets in there.
Yeah, that's where I got that from, right there. You can't scalp the ticket, but I can sell you this pen, and you can have the tickets.
You get the tickets come with it.
Yeah. Hey, we need that though. We need all of that, man. We building, we trying to build, you know, we can't never have enough fun. So I think it was a good chance to do fundraising. All of my friends and the people that we parked next to, a lot of us were there. And so we didn't have no problem paying that money to go to the game. We go up there and spend break money at Walmart and at the restaurant and ABC. So you need to leave a little bit on campus, you know.
Shout out to ABC. I miss that place. I miss that place. But
leave a little bit on campus. Huh?
Like that's a Sam's Club?
Sam's Club? I didn't go to Sam's Club this year.
He was saying what's ABC? ABC is like an adult beverage.
Oh, ABC is a liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
ABC.
Everybody got that. Nah, but I ain't go to Sam's. You go in there, they gonna get you for a tent or a cooler bag. They got some brand new FAMU in there. You can't help but buy it. So your best bet, just stay out. Don't go. They got these little tables I've been looking for though. If I see them, I'm gonna jump on it.
And we had a decent crowd. I mean, we never have a great crowd for this. I think last time we had a tremendous crowd for spring game was Dooley first year. And I think a lot of people just been been skeptical after that. But we had a pretty decent crowd. They said everybody on the east side this year, which is quote unquote the visitor side. But I thought we had a pretty decent crowd. Everybody was into it. Shout out to all the people sitting around me. We chopped it up a lot. Shout out to my boy Coach 67 Sports. Thought ran into him coming out of the stadium. Sports. That's my dog, man. Ran into him coming out of the stadium. Shout out to everybody, man, holding it down.
Did the jukebox show up?
No, they never be at the spring game. Which is something, okay. I'm surprised. I know Alabama and them had the marching maroon and maroon. I can't talk. Marching maroon and white. They're trying to set that all together. I can't get it. But the jukebox, I don't think they've ever been in the spring game before. Now I could be wrong, but because I missed a lot of them. But then again, we had a period of time we didn't have no spring games, so I don't think they've been there though.
Yeah, Bama State had their high school day. They had about looked like 400 kids over there, and that they took up that whole side of their stadium almost. One band, bunch of kids. I guess y'all saw the FAMU and Jackson State. They can work together, even. FAMU Jackson, along with the DCI band, I forget the name of it. They all performed with Travis Scott at the Coachella this past weekend. Now I listened to it. I shared a video on HBCU band heads or whatever it is on Facebook. But anyway, it didn't sound that great to me. You know what I mean? It sounded like they had all three bands up there playing their own individual arrangement together at one time. It sounded kind of weird, off,
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, a lot of the new music do sound a little different though.
Yeah. But they I think they're still out there. Or are they going to be back out there this weekend or something like that?
I don't know about the Coachella. That's one of the newer things, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been around for a while, but it is a lot bigger than it used to be. But yeah, I think they got another weekend. This weekend.
I think they're gonna be back out there. Hopefully, they can get it sounding a little bit better than what it sounded like. I'm gonna send y'all that video when I get off. But but that proved that they can work together. I'm sure they had a good time after their show was over with because it was tons of people out there. So I know they got a good little chance to hang out, and it was a good experience probably for them.
Hey, shout out to working together, man. I used to see pictures of them Bloods and Crips shaking hands, so it's always possible. Y'all can always work together from time to time.
I think that's us. I don't think them band dudes don't really be at each other like that. That'd be more.
No, that's the football people, man.
Yeah,
y'all be out for blood, man.
Yeah. I don't think they like it. But yeah, that was. I guess that was good to see. You see, SWAC golf tournament. They had that. FAMU won the men, and
Bama State
won the women's side. Yeah.
Shout out to Southern, man. They finished second on the women's side and actually had the coach of the year. So I'm glad to see us starting to compete in these sports again. But Bama State keep the spring on lock. They don't win football, but they keep everything else on lock. So it's gonna be good, man. I think FAMU, they did a good job. I think they won that tournament by a pretty large margin too.
No, UAPB came back that last day. They were winning by like 14 strokes, and UAPB came back that last day. Everybody on their team shot under par, and I think FAMU only won by maybe 5 or 6 strokes.
Oh, they made a good run at it.
They battled back.
Pine Bluff was back. I think they were back-to-back champs anyway. So that's a big win over a team like that, man.
Yeah, you was talking about the SU doing well, and I looked at the Commissioner Cup standings. I don't know how current they are. I think they're current, but
I was trying to pull them up.
SU is in first place.
Man, this is the first. I'm gonna tell you, this is the first year we've been this high in Commissioner's Cup in a long time, man. We
Bama
finally
State
got.
down fourth. Bama State down at fourth.
Yeah, I see. I'm looking at it right now, man. We finally and we doing most of our damage on the women's side, and you know that counts. You know, obviously that counts basketball and soccer. Them two championships, bowling. You know, we finished second place in golf. You know, track and field, our women's team, you know, is going to be a factor. We kind of slacking on the men's side, especially in baseball. But this, like I said, this is the first year that we've been this competitive in the Commissioner Cup in a long time. It used to be our trophy for a long time back in the days. But you know, I like to see us finally getting back in the mix. It's still tight though. You got Southern and Jackson and Texas Southern all separated by like 3 points. And Bama State not that far out of it either. So it's still a lot up for grabs. You know, it's still a lot that can be determined with the SWAC and field going on.
Yeah, tennis this weekend, I think.
Yeah, you can count us out of baseball. So don't. We lost 15-1 to Pine Bluff today, man. That's a wrap. We lost to Alcorn on Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, y'all.
I know, man.
You just talking about giving away the tickets. Talking about how
I know. and you see what happened? We lost. I think we lost 11-7 on Friday. We won the series, but we gave up a ton of runs to Alcorn, man. Our pitching staff is horrendous. We got 15 runs today. So I don't even know we're gonna make the tournament. That'd be the first time in a long time. Yeah, and I couldn't believe we lost that game. Honestly, man, I could not believe we lost that game. But it's Southern baseball. That's the way we are right now. But the SWAC and Field Championships in Baton Rouge again this year. So I'm gonna try to go. I ain't gonna be able to get the hookup on tickets since my boy not at Bama State no more. But I'm gonna have to actually buy tickets this year. But it was a lot of fun last year going to the championships. So I'm looking forward to that. That's in May. Baseball, softball championships coming up. Like I said, tennis around the corner. There's still a lot to be decided, but it's gonna be a tight race.
Yeah, well, once you get down to after last year, I saw how it seemed like Grambling just got hot in the baseball tournament and just home run themselves to the championship. You know, so
yeah, last year they was a tremendous hitting team.
Yeah, you can't never know. I want to say FAMU is going to do it and carry it on through because they may have 1 or 2 losses in the SWAC in baseball, but it's a whole different animal when you go to that tournament. Your main goal is to just stay out of that losers bracket. You know.
You definitely want to avoid that, man. If you could win that first game and put yourself in a better position. You know, because somebody gonna get upset. You can always count on somebody good losing in the first round. So you know that make it a little bit tougher if you dropping that losers bracket. But if you can
count that loss in your pocket, you need to have one, be able to lose in your pocket.
I think the only thing that make it tough is everything is the championship is single elimination. So. It don't even matter, but getting out, it helps a lot, man. It take a lot of pressure off of you. And the less you got to worry about playing, extra games and playing on the same day and things like that, it make it a lot easier for you. So you avoid that losers bracket. You got a leg up on everybody.
Yeah. Same thing with softball. That's coming to a close too. This weekend or within the next 2 weeks. So that tournament is coming up. I know last year Jackson girls, I watched them. They had a freshman pitcher last year. She was blowing people down with that fastball she had. They couldn't nobody catch up to it. So I don't know if she's still there or not, but I know they've been doing pretty good in the standings this year. Jackson.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna pull up the softball standings and see where we at, everybody at in that. But
I want to say it's Bethune, Sam, Jackson, something like that.
Well, the way I look at everything, man, with tournaments, it's everything is wide open in a tournament setting. You play a bad game, somebody else have a good game, you know, their pitcher is on point that game, or they bats come alive that game,
That one day.
and you struggle. Yeah, that one day, man, and you find yourself, especially if you're a team that kind of struggle with errors, you know that can even out a lot of games. Let's see. I'm trying to see when the season wrap up on May 6th. So, well, no, that's the tournament. So basically, I think the
About 2 weeks.
yeah, about 2 weeks. So we ain't
Yeah.
got that much. We ain't got that much left in softball. And right now, FAMU is leading the East. They 14-4, 18-17 overall. Prairie View leading the West. They 14-3, 20-18 overall. So it's both teams got pretty decent leads, you know.
I thought Bethune was in first place.
No, they behind FAMU. They 12-5.
Oh, well, they beat Fam earlier this year, so maybe I don't know.
But it's tight though, you know what I mean? They got yeah, especially on the east side, you know, Bama State not that far out, you know. Everybody kind of uneven right now, you know, with the number of games they done played, so it's still, you know, balancing itself out. But I think the one thing I think the one thing you can kind of count on when you look at standings is Valley being at the bottom. that's
Come on.
gonna that's gonna always be there. And I'm not picking on Valley, man. It just
Come on, man.
I'm,
Y'all
I'm
leave
you know,
Valley
like I said,
alone.
I'm not picking on them. It just, you know, I mean, shout out to their women's basketball team had a strong finish, and they played some of the best basketball that I've seen Valley women play in a long time. And so they, you know, they got in the tournament, won a game, but you know, it's tough, man. We ain't gonna go down that road right now. We always go down that road. We ain't gonna go down that road today.
Yeah. So I guess shoot, the semester is about to wrap up here. So before we know it, we're gonna sit down. We got about 6 weeks, and we'll be right back in football season, baby.
Oh yeah, August 23rd, first game of the year, man. You know, we get a little early start, so I ain't gotta wait as long. But that means, you know, a stressful Saturday to start to start off the year.
I ain't
Like you
gonna be
say,
stressed out this year. I'm gonna just take it as it comes this season right here. I'm like you know, I expect us to win everything, but you know, I'm gonna temper my enthusiasm, and I'm gonna just take it one game at a time. But you know, I want to see us win it all, but it's gonna be just one game at a time.
yeah, you know, every season I go into the season saying that, man, I'm not gonna worry about nothing. You know, I'm not gonna stress myself out. I'm not gonna do this. Man, after the first game, that'd be out the window. I ain't made it through a season without stressing like that. So I'm not even gonna do that to myself this year. I'm just gonna go into it understanding that it's gonna be what it is, man. And I'm gonna have a fit every Saturday, even the bye week.
Man, it was rough for me because FAMU, after we would lose that first game to Jackson, then you like, damn, you know what I mean? You like, it would be hard to get up for the games. It wouldn't be hard to get up for the game. You just knew you didn't have a place that you could lose again. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, that game. I'm glad they moved that game, so it's come a little later in the season. You know.
Yeah, I definitely thought that game shouldn't have been the first game of the season. That made no sense.
It don't matter. First game of the season, last game. You still gonna get whooped. So it's easy to go and get it out the way.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's what finally we done woke the man up over there. That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I was expecting to hear from Jay Haten State. That's what I want to hear.
Wait till we come to Tallahassee. We gonna
just don't spend all your money in Las Vegas. Don't spend all your money.
Yeah, look, listen, you right.
Just pass that around. Just pass that around. Make sure y'all. If y'all win some money,
go to Vegas. I want to come to Bragg.
Yep.
I said that is not important. We have to show up at Bragg.
Well, ain't gonna be much room for you. We got that one little section over there. Y'all can squeeze over there. We know y'all ain't gonna bring the band, so
they adamant about putting you in that little section. And then get crazy because other people want to do you the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I know. A long time ago, y'all.
We have to sit you over there because our stadium be full. You kids.
What you trying to say?
The students on one side and the alumni on the other side. So we got to put y'all in a little section because
we gonna move around anyway, so it don't matter. We gonna make our way around. We don't be constrained by this stuff. We gonna find them other tickets. But
our stadium ain't but so big. But normally though, it's people that blend in on that student side. It's that's what visiting people sit. But they just be like, it ain't no whole big section of them. They may be one or two, little pockets. But for the majority on the other side.
I don't want y'all all sitting together, man. Y'all be plotting. I want y'all spaced out so y'all can't talk to each other.
Pots and pans did not come to the vet. No, we did not, man. Y'all are well aware of our financial struggles. So, why you want to ask us to come up there, and stress us out so y'all can lock the gates and don't let us in? Try and play while we're walking into our seats.
Why don't y'all just go in on the other side, man? They let you in on. I said they let you in on the other side. Just go in on that side.
I don't know. I saw Southern couldn't even get in there. They wouldn't even let them in. Southern was trying to beat them in the stadium so they could blow on them when they got in there. But
you gotta go way back in the day for that. The reason why that even started happening, man. We did that back in the day. They never let that happen again.
Yeah, well, so that we don't want to come up there for that hospitality. Israel, we just played together, man. We was just doing good, man. We was making music together. Now you done turned on me just that quick.
What I say about the Bloods and Crips, man, them treaties don't last that long, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a good for a photo op, then y'all be right back. Y'all be right back beefing again.
Just making bad music together.
That can't last, man. That can't last. Nobody even feel comfortable with that being the way it is.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I look forward to seeing y'all come down there. And what is that? October 31st, November 1st.
I think, it's like close to the end of October though, man. But I definitely, I'm like this. The people who want to go to Vegas, that's for the rich folks. And I feel like the old blue collar and on down, and we going to see FAMU.
That's good. It's gonna be good. Jamie, you coming by the tailgate, man. We getting all that together. We're gonna hang out when you come.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're gonna hang out.
Most definitely.
I might let you come sit over there by me. I don't know. Maybe. I might take you up in the Corch's box. Maybe.
All I gotta say is when y'all come to Baton Rouge, man, y'all leave them fans on the bus, man. Don't bring them things in the stadium no more.
And we don't want to see no man out there popping.
Yes. We don't have to go down that road again, man. Yeah. We don't want no man popping fans.
We don't want your partners out there popping fans. No, we ain't gonna have it.
No, we ain't. I ain't gonna have no fan. I can tell you that much right there. I won't have no fan.
Yeah, we need the fans to the ladies and our other type of brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Other type of.
Not our main partners. No, we can't be out there.
What he say? He gonna be at Vegas and brag?
Oh yeah.
He gonna brag. Oh, he gonna brag different at brag. All right. Yes, sir. Get your tickets early and get them hotel rooms before you end up being staying in Havana or down there in Perry or something.
Exactly.
Nah.
Oh, you gonna ride the bus, Jamie?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So you end up having to stay in Thomasville. Like, why you playing?
Shoot, they be sold out all the way around here within an hour, all the way around. They might be able to find a room in Panacea or somewhere, but they be sold out everywhere around here. But yeah. But I ain't gonna get all excited, you know. I ain't gonna let y'all get me worked up yet. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, if you got a home game that weekend, oh, y'all can count them rooms out.
Yeah, they do.
Y'all can count them rooms out. Yeah. Y'all paying $800 at the Motel 6, so y'all can count that out.
In all honesty, I might drive up there Saturday and do the turnaround. If it be stupid like that, I'll drive my butt up there and I just have to be sober. I won't be able to get the full, you know, have to take part in all the party favors and get in my car and creep it right on back to Tampa. I get home by 3 a.m. But if they charging all that mortgage for 2 nights, I'm not doing it.
But you just gonna 75 it back and back and forth.
I go back way. I go the back way.
Oh, you got 19?
Yeah, I go the back way.
Ooh, that's a bad late night ride, man. Good Lord.
1 hour I'm in Perry, another hour I'll be in Chiefland. You know, next hour I'm in Crystal River. Next hour I'm in Tampa. That's how you gotta look at it.
You say it like that, but it don't feel like that. It don't feel like that.
It's like in between them cities, it's probably between 75, 80 miles in between each one of them cities. And you can ride pretty good, but that time of night you have to look out for deer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you gotta watch the deer. My wife hit one time. She was going down there.
Yeah,
around Chiefland.
Is there some toll roads going toward Tallahassee?
No, you ain't got to worry about no toll roads coming from that way.
Yeah, you do. See what?
No, I'm talking about coming south
from Jackson. No, they opened the Veterans Expressway run all the way up to Crystal River now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Past Brooksville. So you get up there quick.
I always used to take 19 because before we moved back down here, we were staying in Largo, so 19 was always just the right way. Just hop on there. But that's a ride, man. You know,
I might have to borrow what you get, your Sun Pass or something. Toll road.
Hey, they do it. They'll do you by your plate now.
Yeah. Shoot, my son was tearing my Sun Pass up. I had to tear that kid. All that Orlando all crisscross. I'm like, bro, he was tearing it up.
Hey man, you know they gotta be paid for, man.
Gotta take the long way sometimes, though.
Hey, sometimes the long way is better.
Yeah.
I would say too, make sure them pythons ain't out there neither. Man, make sure no pythons at the tailgates.
Oh, at our tailgate?
Mm-hmm. I know y'all got rattlers, but you know it's bad about them pythons. Make sure you have a pistol on me.
No, ain't no big kind of wild snakes like that up in Tallahassee. Now, if you was down in Miami, if you down in South down there, you might run across an iguana, big python down there in the Everglades area down there.
Yeah, could y'all imagine you messing around a python be messing around got on the field during the game?
Well, that's a route.
They down there.
You can shut that down. So you can shut that down. That's a route.
Yeah.
Muscle man gonna throw the whole. He gonna throw a flag on it, ain't?
Man, you know how some of our people do with wild animals, man. That's a route. Hey, well, let me cause we about to wrap up in a minute, but man, the Walmart up the street from my house, these dudes got arrested for riding their horses in the store.
What?
In the store?
In the store.
Why?
Because they didn't. It was nighttime. They didn't want to leave their horses outside. So people ride horses to the store in my area, man. Like people ride horses
black cowboys.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Like I never seen a white person ride a horse in the city. I always see black people ride horses in the city.
I got to agree. I saw him in town, and let's say the police.
Yeah, that's the only white boys on horses in the city.
It's a black horse riding club come through here, and they walk through the black neighborhoods with their horses. They say to show the kids, you know, not to be scared of horses and stuff like that. But I've seen it before, so you're right. They always ride it in the city.
Yeah, quick. I'm in Baker, man. I'm in Baker. Always, like I said, I always see dudes riding horses in the Walmart, man. It's all the time. I've never seen nobody take them in the store.
Into Walmart, like what?
I don't know, man, but they was in the store. Like they was like all the way past the registers and stuff. They was shopping. So like I never seen that before. Damn. But it was hilarious.
How them horses tall? How they get in the door?
They made a way. They made a way.
Damn.
I don't know how they did it, but they made a way, man. I'm like, y'all had
things of the day and see a black man ride his horse into a
man. They got you. If you ride through Scotlandville, any part of Scotlandville, you're gonna see somebody got a horse in their yard, man. People keep horses in their yards like other people have like 6 foals and stuff in their yard, man. There's always a horse in somebody's yard, man. Like always smack dab in the hood, man. But that Walmart is gangster though, because last year or the year? No, I think it was the year before. Somebody got shot in that Walmart, and then when they had the snowstorm come through this year, when the store was closed for 2 days, so somebody robbed the store blind, man. Like that Walmart is gangster, man.
My brother told me about
that. That's Walmart gangster. You gotta be you gotta watch yourself when you go in there sometime.
Yeah,
they'll get you. But I had to throw that out because I almost forgot about that, man. I was like that. You can't miss out on stories like that. So that just
yeah, that's definitely one. Well, I think I'm going on in and get me something to eat. It's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time, man. And shout out to my horse riding people though, man. Before we get out of here, because y'all put it down. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, we about to go ahead and wrap this thing on up. It's just about that time. So we thank y'all, man, for tuning in. Y'all know we be back next week. Put it down again, man. Hopefully, you know, we get some more coaches saying stuff to make this journey a little bit easier. But
I want Maynard to be back in the SWAC. Maybe somebody get him something.
Yeah, somebody call him, man. He available. Give him a call. I'm sure he's sitting by. Hey, tell him to go to Coach McNair route, man. Take a position job, man.
Get that tight end coach.
Yeah, take that tight end, and now he's the quarterback coach. So hey, see, you moving on up the ladder, man. Next time you be the coordinator somewhere, and then you be back at the head coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you got to watch your feet when you walk around the horses, because you know they like to leave them little packages for you. But we keep horses, man. The Baton Rouge is a country. Baton Rouge is country and ghetto, so you know we keep horses and stuff around. Chickens, man. People got chickens in my neighborhood, but you know it's all good. I got rabbits at my house, so you know we kind of country over here, man. But we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, evening, and weekend, and we'll be back next week with another edition of SWAC Smoke.